Well, I got the air breather on. That looks sexy. We just keep plugging at it until it's all put back together. So, yep. As you can see, that's really going to help with the engine's ability to breathe, take in some deep breaths. Yep. All right. I don't know if y'all heard about what was going on in the news today. Apparently, the FBI has arrested a couple of Russians for interfering in our elections, and apparently there was like no consistent messaging. They would just get involved, and what we do know, what either it was trolling or he actually believes it, but Putin supported Kamala Harris, and it's not hard to figure out why. If Trump gets back into office, he's going to bring an end to the war. And that's not what Russia wants. So, and here's the funny thing that I absolutely just laugh at, and that is the fact that the left think that Ukraine is the good guys, and the right thinks that Russia is the good guys, when in fact neither are the good guys. They're both the bad guys. And quite frankly, I don't think we should be supporting either of them. And this may just be my opinion, but there's a right-wing professor, Dr. Steve Turley, and I think he's got it wrong. I don't think Putin and Russia wants to dismantle the New World Order. I think they want to institute their own version of the New World Order. That's what I think is going on. Other people could be in disagreement, but that's my opinion. I don't think Russia is going to be, I don't think they're going to be the forefront of anything. I don't think China is going to be the forefront of anything. I don't think the American empire is done with. I think we got to get our shit together. We're in one of those slumps, but I don't really think we're done for. Yeah, it looks bad. I'm not gonna lie, it does look bad. But I just don't see it. And the same Dr. Steve Turley is saying that BRICS is taking over. Since when? BRICS has been around since the 1960s, 70s. Since when have they taken over? And the same doctor is saying, that the dollar is failing. Well, not exactly. It's in a slump because of this current administration, but the dollar is not over. You still have countries that are working on making the U.S. dollar their currency. So it doesn't sound like the dollar is on the way out. Like I said, I think we're just in a slump. That's what I think is going on. I don't think, we're going to be in a bad way at all. That's just my opinion. And no, I'm not putting my head in the I'm not putting my head in the sand and hoping nothing will happen. I don't see things as being worse than other crises that the U.S. has went through. To be fair, there's other things that I disagree with. For instance, there's some people that said that it's because of the U.S. that and our distrustful actions after the Cold War was over that originally caused all this, or something to that matter, to that effect, right? That because we still treated Russia like the bad guys, meant that Russia can't trust us. Yeah, that's dumb. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I mean, picture yourself in in school, and you've had a bully since you were 14 years old, and finally, just before graduation, you decide to just waylay him across the chin, right? You knock him completely out, and the very next day, this bully comes up to you and now wants to be your best friend. That bully has bullied you since junior high. It has bullied you since you were a young teenager. Let's do it that way. And he expects you to be his best friend. No, that's not how this works. That's not how this works at all. No. Russia has been bullying the United States since 1947, and Russia wants to sit there and claim the victim because we won't deal with them. No, that's a them problem. And they keep hiring Putin. Like, they keep putting him into office. Which is why would you do that, Russia? How does that make sense? He was KGB. Yeah, I don't give a shit if Barnes thinks that he was nothing more than some low-level paper pusher. He's still KGB. He's still a spook. Right, come on. No, Russia's got a long way to go before we can trust them. As far as Ukraine, yeah, I don't trust them either. Both countries can F off, in my opinion. It just seems like none of... I'm more in support of Israel than I am of the Russia-Ukraine thing. I'm not in so much support that I will put up a Israeli flag. That's a foreign flag. It's not even a historical American flag. So I just don't see that happening at all, to be honest. I think people need to understand that how can I put this? I think people need to understand that as Americans, we need to pick and choose our conflicts, ones that have interests. So if you read through the Declaration of Independence and you read through the Constitution, it says that the United States has the right to defend its borders and its interests. And I just don't see a U.S. interest in Russia. I just don't. I do see a U.S. interest in Israel. It is a security zone in a location of the planet that is okay, they still go by Sharia law, right? They still do a medieval law. Like, are you kidding me? So yeah, I do think Israel needs to be there. I don't think we need to be pumping in trillions and billions of dollars. But they get a little bit more of my support than Russia, to be honest, Russia or Ukraine. And here's the thing that I always question: like, you hear these lefties going on and on about, oh, we need to make Ukraine part of NATO, and let me tell you something about a little bit about history. And that is, when you had a adversarial state, what you tried to do is maintain a buffer state between the adversarial state and you. And this was for defensive reasons. Like, it's completely a dumb and stupid idea to make Ukraine part of NATO. That was idiotic and dumb. That was just as dumb as Russia attempting to do something similar in Cuba, and you saw how the U.S. responded. Russia needs to pull out of Ukraine. We need to come up with a treaty or something and just pull Russia out of Ukraine completely. And pull all of the allies out of Ukraine and just establish Ukraine as a buffer state that is not aligned to either side. As far as ethnic Russians living in Ukraine, boo-hoo. Okay, there are ethnic Englishmen living in the United States. Like, I don't care. I really don't care. This is how the borders split off when your communist crap hole collapsed. So, but yeah, that's my opinion on the whole thing. I do think that the collusion was happening between Russia and our elections. And I do think that it was to try to smear right-wing commentators, because Russia does not want Trump in office. If Trump gets in office, Trump is going to end the war in Ukraine, PDQ. So, yep. But anyway, that's just my opinion. All right, bye.